Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into some really interesting listener material. It explores a kind of tragic paradox.
Right. What happens when incredible technological success,
That-
specifically hyper-efficiency, actually leads to, well, systemic collapse?
Exactly. And the focus is this fictional centerpiece they describe, the Helios engine, Kalen's quantum engineering miracle.
Yeah, it supposedly tripled energy efficiency, ushered in this era of unbelievable abundance, practically free transportation. Sounds amazing.
It really does, like the ultimate solution to the energy crisis. A huge win.
But the sources show how this exact success triggered something called the Great Unraveling.
So our job today is to figure out what went wrong. What was Kalen's big mistake?
Well, he admitted it later. He saw the engine, but completely missed the whole system it plugged into. Its limits, its complexity.
Okay, so if the engine worked perfectly, why did things start failing? The sources mentioned flickering lights, the whole continental grid, like shuddering.
Yeah, and engineers were baffled because the energy use per device, it was hitting all-time lows. Everything was optimized.
Were they measuring the wrong thing entirely?
That's precisely what the sources argue. It wasn't really a tech failure in that sense. It was predicted by certain economic ideas. They call it the rebound effect. You might have heard of it as the Jevons paradox.
Okay, Jevons paradox. Remind me.
Basically, when a resource gets radically cheaper and easier to get, like energy in this case,
Right.
people don't just, use less overall and save the surplus.
They use more.
Way more. Exponentially more, often. It's a human behavior thing, not a technology thing.
Got it. And the sources had concrete examples of this.
Oh, yeah. Because travel and power became virtually free, energy stopped being a constraint. So everyone started traveling constantly, all the time.
Boy.
And they built these massive desert arcologies, huge cities in the desert. Why?
Yeah.
Because they could now efficiently pump water there, which was unthinkable before.
Right, the energy cost would have been prohibitive.
Exactly. And global data centers. They started running these incredibly complex simulations 2047. No hesitation about power costs.
So it's like a little less energy per car or per pump or per server, but suddenly there are 10,000 more cars, pumps, and servers running all the time.
Precisely. That free energy didn't just boost existing activities. It totally reshaped the built environment and the whole demand structure.
And the system just couldn't handle it.
It got overwhelmed, but not by inefficient, power-hungry machines like in the old days. No, it was overwhelmed by what the sources called the capital stock.
The capital stock, meaning
Think of it as this quiet, creeping army of hyper-efficient devices. Every smart water pump, every automated cargo vehicle, every server unit.
each one just sipping power.
Tiny sips. But as they put it, 1 trillion sips become a flood. It just drowned a grid that was built assuming energy scarcity, not unlimited decentralized use.
And this massive buildup, it created its own momentum, right? A feedback loop.
Absolutely deadly. Economists at the time apparently cheered it on, called it the growth effect. The profits from the efficient tech just drove massive investment.
To build even more efficient machines.
Exactly, which sounds good, right?
Yeah.
But if energy was almost free, what was the new bottleneck? What resource did they start burning through instead?
Everything else.
Everything else. The efficiency gains were linear, but the consumption loops they enabled were exponential. The sources get pretty vivid here,
Like what?
describing these super efficient pumps just draining ancient aquifers, gone in a single generation, all to supply those new desert cities.
So Kalen's energy fix just exposed a fatal weakness somewhere else in the system. Non-renewable resources.
You got it. 1 trillion hyper-efficient devices sucking down not just power, but water, minerals, bandwidth, all at a completely unsustainable rate.
Okay, so that's the systemic overload. That's what led to the final collapse.
Yep. The flickers became brownouts, then rolling blackouts, and eventually that decade they called the Great Unraveling kicked in.
Consumption just spiraled way beyond what the infrastructure or the planet could support.
Leading to that final awful consequence mentioned. The forced migration, the resettlement. Millions forced to leave those desert lands when the water just ran out.
Wow, so back to Kalen.
Yeah.
His big realization. He gave humanity a faster way to drive off a cliff. He only saw his engine.
Right. He missed the world it connected to. It highlights this huge difference between just pure technological gain and applied sustainability in the real world.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with a pretty important question to chew on.
Yeah. The story ends with Kalen and his granddaughter Alara walking away from the ruins toward this place called the Last Green Mile.
So think about today. What current hyper-efficient solutions are we all celebrating right now? In data, transport, resource use.
Could any of them be ignoring the bigger system? Setting us up for similar unforeseen crises down the road because we're focused only on the immediate efficiency gain, not the rebound or the wider resource web. Makes you think, doesn't it?